What's up, YouTube? Happy Thursday, CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football, and we're going to go through the grind guide on Team of the Year, but then we are going to hop into the Blitz Tournaments, with them switching over to being 3 drives and being able to use defensive strategy. I'm going to give you everything you need to know to dominate your opponents in the Blitz Tournaments and get yourself some free diamond players. So first, let's hop into the grind guide. Of course, do all your normal stuff, league versus league, league survival, donate your 100 crowns, but in the Team of the Year, guys, here's what we're going to do. Every single day, guys, 10:30, 4:30, 10:30. Go in here, do these 2 events. And it wasn't there when I made the video yesterday, but they have since added it. In the store, you can actually go in, and there are coin packs to get the stamina. You can trade in coins. You can trade in, let's see, coins to tokens. We're going to do that. We're going to do Blitz tokens. Nope, don't have Blitz tokens. And trading point to tokens. That's a good way to do them, and it's relatively cheap there. So at least I'm doing it for now to get that first player. I want to get that first player within the promo so that I can start working on these achievements and get these achievements done before the week is over. Now, granted, there is a very small chance of pulling, you know, a player from it, but I found that the Brett Maher event is really easy. It is literally 1 field goal. Super duper easy. You know, it's super easy to grind. You basically kick 1 field goal, do the next. I mean, I grinded out like all of my tokens really, really quick there. But let's talk about the Blitz tournament and the strategy to dominate your opponents. We're actually going to play one here. I was kind of messing around with things, so we're going to start with my overall philosophy, and then we're going to hop into the defensive strategy. So particularly on Monday and then on the weekend, it is the draft. So that's parity. So right now, while we're recording this video, there's no parity. You're using your regular team, so you can be up against a guy who has 2,500 power, 99 offense, 99 defense, even if you've got like, you know, 1,000 power and like a 90 offense and defense. So this is probably not the best one for you because you can get those mismatches. But if you are playing against an even team, this is where this strategy is going to shine. However, I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. Last year, when they had game plans, you could basically set a game plan for league versus league and then set a different one that's active for things like head-to-head or the tournaments. The defensive strategy for this is the exact same as league versus league. So what's good for the tournament may not be good for league versus league. So you got to watch out. You got to be careful. And it's kind of a pain in the neck to change them. However, here's what it all comes down to, guys. It is all about speed in this. Because basically, you know, if you're a good play caller, you can usually put up 24 points regardless. However, when both sides put up 24 points, it all comes down to who scored faster. So I'm going to show you that my entire defensive strategy is built not around stopping my opponent, but around slowing them down. So when we look here at the defensive strategy, what am I using? I'm literally using the same 5 plays. I'm using 5 just so they get different looks, but I'm using the same 5 plays for every single situation. Prevent, cover 4, 4 buzz flats, and then saw 3 bluff. Saw 3 bluff has created so many turnovers in league versus league and everything else that, you know, a lot of people just think it's a blitz, throw quickly, end up getting picked off. And I literally have this set for every single one. And what that is going to do is basically you're not going to be rushing the quarterback, but everybody is going to drop back. So you're going to give them those underneath passes and basically, you know, give them 15 yards, tackle them. If they're going to run, give them 15, 20 yards, tackle them. Have a bunch of guys back there so that they can converge on them, basically just making sure that they have to call a lot of plays. You're not trying to stop them. You are simply trying to slow them down. You do want to try and stop the 2-point conversion, so I basically have in a couple of different looks. Field goal, safe zone, DB blitz, and nickel blitz 2 are the 3 that I have in there. Just a change up there. If you can stop them on a 2-point conversion, it also works. However, that's just the defensive strategy. We are going to play one live here. Hopefully we get a nice even power or playing up so I can show you how this really works while we're talking about it. But I'm going to give you more important, some other tricks here that are going to help you dominate this. Remember, it's all about speed, guys. All about speed. So what you want to do, the very first thing, oh, this is going to be an absolute blowout. This guy's probably not even going to score since we get a +5 overall. First things first, never return the kick. Never return the kick. Just move out of the way or fair catch it, because if you return the kick, and I'll do it on the next drive, you are going to waste time. time is a precious commodity. You'd rather win 10 seconds to 12 seconds than lose, 12 seconds to 14 seconds. So what I always like to do is I always like to start with one of my big play money runs. Now, the interesting thing is, even though you have 3 drives, you can only use a play twice across all 3 drives. So I like to start out with something like a halfback blast or a power O, and I'm going to test their defense. This is going to be a pretty easy one because of this massive power advantage. So basically, just going to run around there, and this is going to go straight to the end zone for a nice, quick 9-second touchdown. Super fast, guys. Or actually, look, 10 seconds, so I wasn't as fast. Going to use toss here. Go ahead, take that in, and we get 8 points. So I'm going to show you the difference if you do not take your time. On this next drive, I'm going to go ahead and actually return the kick. And you'll see, even if I get a one-play banger right after the kick return, my time is not going to be as fast. So here we go. Because of the animation of getting tackled, there we go. We're starting, and we've already got 3 seconds. I'm going to use the same exact play. Doesn't look like we get the same coverage, but maybe. No, we're getting shut down there. So I'm going to, on the third drive, I'm going to return the kick as well, just to kind of put it in perspective. So here we go with a power O, and we're going to take this one to the house. So never return the kick. Bounces are not really an issue this year. So just move out of the way, let that sucker bounce, and head to the end zone. So there, we wasted a play, but we probably would have finished around 13 seconds instead of the 10 seconds that we had on the prior drive. So I'm going to do this next one. I was really hoping we'd get a better opponent. Looks like he did not score. But more importantly, I hope he does all 3 of his drives and doesn't keep me waiting for 15 minutes, because I want to show you what his film is going to look like. So I'm going to return this one just to show you that it's not worth returning. Even though we got a good return, we're out to the 35, right? So that's, in theory, a good return. So we're going to go power O here and see if we can take it as a... Oh, we got shoved out of bounds. Couldn't make it happen. Darn it. Couldn't make it happen. So I'm going to go with cutback here. Again, this is a pretty easy match. I've got a massive power differential. Much better team, so not the best example. However, you'll see that, even against higher power teams with good squads, if you put this prevent type of defense there, even if they're gashing you with big passes, like 15, 20, even 30-yard passes, they're not going to get it in one play. And because of that, you're going to be able to go ahead and pick it up and get the win. Really out of bounds. Look at that. I love that on Seattle when you do that rollout with Seattle. When you get close to the line of scrimmage like that, what ends up happening is the guy who's defending him comes up to play against the, play the quarterback scramble and leaves his guy wide open. So there we go. We get hopefully 24 here. No reason we shouldn't based on the power differential. And maybe we'll do one more on this and just further demonstrate. But yeah, let's see. It's not even going to let me look at his film until he finishes all 3 of his drives. But you know what I can do? I can go through my history here and show you a couple of things here. So if we look in the history, the game history here, this one I threw a pick on, right? However, look how many plays. So even though he got a big 57-yard gain there, he still had to use 2 more plays. Corner cross with a quarterback scramble. That's taken time. A 6-yard rush there. Then I came in, scored pretty quickly. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays to score on that one. And a whole bunch to score on that one. And that's going to be like pretty consistent with this setup. So here's one where I won 16-16 and won on time. This one was an even match. So as you can see, I score quickly. And look at his drives. See, I'm giving him nice, easy runs, but that's taking a bunch of time. So there we go. I get my one-play banger. I know that I have it at this point as long as I can, match his score. But look at that. Whether he's running or throwing, he's having to use a bunch of plays. And that is ultimately how you're going to end up winning some of these games, is simply by your opponent not being able to score as fast. Now, this is not a good scheme to use for league versus league. So it kind of puts you in an awkward spot because you don't want to have this active because it's not going to get you stops. It's just going to slow them down. But in league versus league, they're going to run all over you nice and easy. They're going to score because there's no time component to league versus league. However, here in this, I have found that this is a great strategy to use, especially when you're playing with even footing. You know, when you've got both teams around, 900 and something power because it was a draft, it is going to win you a lot of games if you put in that kind of defensive strategy and then just play smart. Don't take the kickoff. Save yourself that 3 seconds. And yeah, that's going to be a great way to approach it from there. I was hoping this guy would play back. But yeah, that's kind of the defensive strategy that I would recommend. A couple of people had asked for it, but use that. Go ahead and go in here, get yourself these masters. The next one I'm going for here is Austin Ritter. And yeah, and just keep grinding the team of the year. It's actually surprisingly not bad, especially if you use the Blitz tokens, the training points, and even the coins to do these, because here I am. It is day 2 of the promo, and as you can see, I already have 729 of these, so I will definitely get one of these guys this week in time to get these. Now, granted, it's only giving, extra offense and defensive things, but hey, those are useful, and these reset every week. So between those and these, if you're really grinding and you're doing everything you can to get it, I mean, there's no reason that you can't get one of these guys every single week, maybe even more than that. I haven't done the math on it fully, but guys, make sure you're grinding it, because it is definitely, you're not going to get a full team of the year team. And what I would say is rush to get one this week just so you can do all of these, but then don't rush. Don't rush. You know why? Because you don't want to spend your tokens on, week 2 or week 3 and then not have them when the player you really want comes out week 4. So I would say rush to get one and then hoard all of your tokens until you get a player that you really, really want. Because that way you can get them right away, right when they hit. So aside from that, guys, this guy still has not played me back. So obviously I'm going to win. I put up 24. He dropped a drive. So there's nothing really to see there, but I hope it helps. Let me know if you're doing something different here in the Blitz tournaments, what your strategy has been for it, and how you guys are winning, whether you like the draft version better or like using your team. Even though I have a good team, probably better than a lot of people, nowhere near as good as some, I personally prefer the parity where everybody is on an even playing field, and I'm glad that's there. And yeah, I wish all of them would be that way, just because I like the fact that there is one mode that has, just parity, where there's even teams. You can't pay to win in the draft tournaments this year. So anyways, guys, going to stop it right there. Just a quick one today. Wanted to give you the update on team of the year, give you the strategy here to kick some butt in the team drives. But if you like the video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, guys, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. What you can count on is strategy content like this, promo breakdowns, tips and tricks, anything I can think of that's going to make your life easier in this game. And if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.